I was looking at it and I was thinking about it from the day one, because remember I made two predictions.
Yeah.
The one was that Sundowns would be the team to make Africa shine.
Yeah.
The other prediction was that overall Man City would go on to win the competition.
Yeah.
Hello.
We seem to be having another Mr. E in the studio. Hello, Abusen Dumelang Sadwanani, and welcome to the Diski Preview Show. My name is Mr. Hello, as Mo has just said. My name is Mr. E, to be precise, and I'm in the studio with the gentleman that gave us the correct prediction on the game between Ulsan and Mamelodi Sundowns. They won by 1-0. The goal coming from that boot of Ekrem Renas. I think he must be proud of himself scoring at that level, Mr. Mo.
The quality of the goal also.
And by the way, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. E. Thank you, Mr. E.
Yeah.
It's a warm welcome as usual.
Congratulations again for your predictions.
These things happen.
You're getting too good at this, right?
These things happen all the time.
Yeah. It's just a way of life, you know?
Yeah, no, you can't toot your own horn, eh?
Yeah.
But hey, I was looking at it and I was thinking about it from the day one, because remember I made two predictions.
Yeah.
The one was that Sundowns would be the team to make Africa shine.
Yeah.
The other prediction was that overall Man City would go on to win the competition.
Yeah.
So far, one prediction went right.
Yeah.
I'm going to make another prediction today. Let's see how it goes from there.
Okay, and the other prediction that we're going to make today is of the game between Mamelodi Sundowns. They will be facing Borussia Dortmund, the German machine. Let's quickly take a breather. When we come back, we're going to take a look at that game, and Mo is going to tell us on what he thinks on that game. History unfolded this time around at Orlando in the United States of America, where Mamelodi Sundowns scored their first goal for this year's edition and became the first country to pick up the maximum points in this edition.
The first
yet
African
again
country.
In Africa.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
More.
Yeah,
the first African country.
Yeah, boy.
They are now at a world stage. They're international, bruh. They are recognized everywhere.
Well, Mr.
What
E.
a time it is to be Mamelodi Sundowns player right now. We saw Ekrem Renas scoring that beautiful goal to pick up the maximum points, and they're sitting pretty at the top of that Group F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to consider, because first of all, we have to then say that the conversation starts first from a few episodes ago. When we asked the Sundowns fans, do you celebrate now for winning the league, or do you hold your celebrations until you win the Champions League?
Yeah.
So now the question is, do you celebrate now for winning the league?
Yeah.
Plus getting to the final of the Champions League?
Yeah.
Plus possibly topping this group?
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be happy about if you're a Sundowns fan, because it's a good start. It's a clean win, but also it showed intent. I mean, if you look at the amount of disallowed goals in that match, it was not a very straightforward and easy match.
Yeah, Renas could have easily scored a hat-trick there. I think all two of his 3 goals were disallowed.
Yeah, two of his 3 goals were disallowed, but also it's because the Korean side was playing a very high line.
Yeah,
so but at the end of the day, Mr. E, if you play a high line, you're trying to play an offside trap.
Yeah.
It works 3 times and it doesn't work 1 time.
Yeah.
You know, you look at it. You look at that as a positive thing for Ulsan. But it also reminded everyone. I remember I was watching a video from one of the international content creators that I follow.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Ulsan must watch out because Sundowns going to get there and bury them.
Yeah.
And the Sundowns,
exactly what happened.
Sundowns we saw that day was a very dominant Sundowns.
Yeah.
Very proud of them for everything they were able to achieve.
Yeah.
And I think we have a lot to look forward to as Africans when it comes to this team in particular.
Yeah, most certainly. That's Mamelodi Sundowns for you. They have managed to take the way they play, or the dominance on the domestic league onto the international stage right now, and they will be facing the big boys. We're talking Borussia Dortmund this time around. That will be featuring Bellingham. Well, your thoughts, please.
Mr. You have to remember that that very same team, Borussia Dortmund, they didn't qualify for winning the Champions League last season around. This is a qualification they got from making it to the final of the Champions League. I think it was against Real Madrid, where they lost it recently just before Marco Reus retired.
Yeah.
So this is not a thing that where they are an informed team qualifying for a tournament that they had back to back.
Yeah.
If you think about it, Mr. E, they're coming into this tournament on the back of losing all those informed players that saw them qualify for this competition. So it's one of those things where we forget about it because of the nature of the FIFA Club World Cup, where teams can qualify 4 years, a year in advance, 2 years in advance. Players will move. I mean, by the time they qualified for this, Bellingham was still a player for Borussia Dortmund, and now Bellingham has moved on alongside a long list of players who've left Dortmund. So right now, for me, Mamelodi Sundowns is the informed team between the two. There's a reason why at this moment in time when we're speaking, before this match kicks off, Sundowns is top of the group, followed by Dortmund, Fluminense, and Ulsan. And I've heard from some people on the inside of the conversation saying that they are worried about that Ulsan side. I mean, they're worried about Fluminense from a Sundowns perspective.
I did manage to watch the game before the Mamelodi Sundowns game, I think, and they drew 0-0 with Dortmund. I can tell you they had Dortmund pinned in their half in the last stages of the game. That shows the intent on Fluminense. They're not there to just add on the numbers.
I mean, Mr. If you look at what Dortmund has been up to at this moment in time, they have signed Job Bellingham from Sunderland for 30 million euros. They have signed Koulibaly Sulumani from Brest. I don't know if I can say that.
You can. I can
from
give
France,
you
yes.
that,
They have signed a couple of other players as well, and there's been a few departures as well from their side. Like Leonardo has left, and there's a few other players who have left as well. But there's a team in transition. The thing about Dortmund is that they build, then they succeed, then they sell. So at this moment, they're still in the building phase. For them to have spent 30 million on Job Bellingham tells you that they have a big idea of who he can become in the future and what they think his selling price will be in the future. So for me, this Dortmund side is a good test for Mamelodi Sundowns, for them to test how far they've made it and where they stand in terms of European football. If they're able to get a result against Dortmund, which I believe they can do, it will also send a statement to the rest of the leagues to say that this is an African side that's not a joke that you cannot play with. And you have to be honest. I mean, this team that they have at the moment, East Sundowns, not only is it a stacked team with talent, but the coach is also brilliant.
It was a huge moment for Mamelodi Sundowns when they picked up the first 3 points, as you said right now. Borussia Dortmund and Fluminense, they are now checking and looking. Who's this new kid on the block? Well, I can assure you, most people would have thought the only two big teams that might progress into the next stage would have been Fluminense and Dortmund. But there is Mamelodi Sundowns coming into the picture, and they're showing intent. And the one lovely thing that I like about it is that they're picking up from that loss against Pyramid. It's done and dusted, and this is the first major win that they are getting after that, and that means they're set for glory.
I mean, Mr. If you think about it, most of the core players, when it comes from a Dortmund perspective, are injured. Nico Schalterberg is injured; he might not play this game. Emre Can is also injured; he might also not play this game. And then Özkan, I forgot the guy's name from Turkey, but he also might not be in it. So at the end of the day, you look at a Dortmund side that will come in, will try and get the results. It's not that but Onyatsana, because we saw what happened with Bayern versus what is that team?
From Australia.
Auckland City, from New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand.
Yes. And everybody was arguing that it's a 10-0, but half these guys have day jobs. So it's a tournament
I heard another argument on the social streets. Somebody saying that maybe the problem was the uniform or the kit of that team, because it was yellow and black, gold and black. It looked more like a team that is familiar.
In that case, Sundowns will look at Dortmund and think to themselves, "Nah, Chiefs,"
and
then they will eat them. Say that. But it was ironic. I was thinking to myself, I was like, isn't it funny how Sundowns goes all the way to the US to win at Orlando Stadium?
But it's their home ground. Maybe if they changed the name to maybe, I don't know, whatever name they would have changed to, maybe the results would have been different. I know, talking about Mamelodi Sundowns, we know in South Africa we want them to progress to the next round. But the game that I watched between Dortmund and Fluminense,
yes, sir.
It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a tight call because for Mamelodi Sundowns to go on to the next stage, they need either a win or a draw. They have to win and try. So for them to get a win against Dortmund, maybe that's asking a lot. And maybe a win against Fluminense.
Why is it asking a lot, Mr. E?
This is Dortmund here. This is Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, it's not
Magesi
Mr. E. Magesi.
Okay.
Poor Magesi is at home. Mr. E. Mr. E. Poor Magesi is at home there. You're just involving poor Magesi. No, Mr. E, like I understand. I think the biggest mistake we've all made for this tournament is that we're looking at domicile over quality of football.
Yeah.
We're looking at where the team is from rather than what football they play. The reasons are not too far apart. I think my biggest fear with this World Cup is that when Sundowns does come back, the financial injection from playing in this tournament, they make it out of the group stages, the financial injection from playing in the group stages. When they come back, Mr. E, where's the rest of the PSL against Mamelodi Sundowns? Yofana ukuthi Isante ne Alex. That we can walk to you.
Not Alex.
Yeah, we can walk to you, but we are not at the same level because imagine the financial injection that comes with playing at the FIFA Club World Cup. And already you are poised to qualify for the next one. So my thing has been that the effect of this tournament will not be seen in the tournament itself. It'll be seen next year when these clubs come back with bigger budgets. Esperance Tunis will come back with a bigger budget. El Ahly will come back with a bigger budget. Sundowns will come back with a bigger budget. And the scariest thing, I wanted to talk about this boy who played against Mamelodi Sundowns in this game, who plays for Osan, the Brazilian boy, Eric Ferreras.
Oh, Ferreras,
That boy could have easily scored against Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, because I noticed that many a times Williams had to call on his reflexes to try and, stop the Alsan from scoring.
A couple of goal line clearances. He was the talent that he was the talent that the commentators were talking about before the match, the analysts were talking about before the match from an Osan perspective. Do you not think that after this tournament he comes down to the Brazilians of South Africa? Because you see, that's the effect of this tournament. You're playing against these boys, you're meeting their agents, chances are you might come back with a few of them. And then we are still crying Mochivariro.
And you might leave Ureinas there. I think there's a lot of scouts.
I think
they saw his quality. I think he's one of those guys that you can bank on scoring goals.
And I think the coach set up the team in such a way that he put his best foot forward. He didn't take Ulsan as a team that he takes lightly. He did put his best foot forward. Reynas up front, Sales behind him. Zwane made an impact. Finally, he was back. But Ribeiro again stands out. I think if there's any player that will leave at the World Cup, it's going to be Ribeiro. Whether he goes to the US or he goes to Europe afterwards, or maybe he goes to his native Brazil or South America. But there's players in the Sundowns side that I think the world has been waiting to see, and they've seen them. And now they're at the bigger stage. And Dortmund is that game. I think the coach is also telling them behind the scenes that, guys, it's now or never. You want to make yourself a name for yourself. You want to show the world that you can play at the highest level. This is it.
Mamelodi Sundowns 1, Alsen 0. Was that a fair result of the match?
No, it was not a fair result, Mr. E. It's a result at the end of the day, but it was not the one we were hoping for. You saw that, for example, number one, we have to talk about it. The disallowed goals. The VAR, the impact of VAR.
So the VAR was the winner.
VAR played a big part of the match. I mean, in the first 29 minutes, we had a handball, goal disallowed. Reynas then scores. Then the next goal is also disallowed for offside. So in the first half, we had 3 goals that found their way to the back of the net. Same channel. Boom. Through ball, Reynas, finish. Imagine. For right now, Mr. E, we've just had one game, Kalango Reynas. The world has not seen Shalulile.
They haven't seen Jaden Adams. He came in, right? I think I saw him playing there,
No, I'm not sure if he came in, but... there's so much.
The game was at 12 midnight. I mean, I didn't watch it to check out the highlights early in the morning there in preparation for studio time.
There's so much of Sundowns that the world still has to see. And I think they're going to be surprised when they get that game against Dortmund.
So now, talking about Dortmund and Mamelodi Sundowns. Do you see Mamelodi Sundowns going past Dortmund?
Are you asking me for my prediction, Mr. E?
Okay, what do you think is going to be the result between Mamelodi Sundowns and Borussia Dortmund? And that game is going to take place in Cincinnati on Saturday. Do you think Mamelodi Sundowns will be able to brush aside Borussia Dortmund? I know that's a big ask, and I'm asking you to be part of this conversation in our social media space. You can tell us in the comment section. Now back to you, sir. You were saying? I already have one comment.
So my prediction for this game is you want the full prediction or half the prediction?
No, you normally give me 2 predictions. So
that one I've already made. City will win the trophy.
Okay.
they will be in the final against the Sundowns. That's
Okay,
wishful thinking.
Full prediction.
And then the full prediction for this match, I think Mamelodi Sundowns will shock the world and they'll win against Dortmund.
Yeah.
I think the winning goal will be a free kick.
Yeah.
From the one and the only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the boys are warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they represent Mzansi. Now there's no more Sundowns fan. You have more Phoebe Pirates.
Come to think of it, I think we've seen a lot of games in our Premier Soccer League, whereby if a team wins against a big one, now you begin to see placards. No, we want Manchester City. Mamelodi Sundowns is there to play with the big ones.
Yeah.
They did not have to ask.
But they represent Southern Africa.
Yeah.
No, not just South Africa, Southern Africa.
Yeah.
Think about all the other teams that are representing Africa in the tournament. Al Ahly is from Egypt.
Yeah.
Esperance Tunis is from Tunisia.
Wydad
is from
Morocco.
Is in Algeria.
I'm
not sure. Wydad Casablanca should be Algeria, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have Sundowns.
Yeah.
Sundowns is representing everyone below the equator line of Africa. So we should say that between those 4 teams, they're representing above the equator. We are representing below. And maybe you can also add up on Nigeria or Sierra Leone.
Somewhere there.
You understand? Somalia, you can add them to us. So Sundowns is the national team of half a continent. So for this tournament, Mr. E, Nas, you'll mark my words. When these guys make it to the final, everybody's sure go to Sundowns figure ganjan.
Are you sure they're going to make it to the final?
Mr. E.
Do you know that there's also Manchester City there? There's the big guys.
No, City's going to win it.
He's going to win it.
City's going to win it.
Your second prediction is that the final is going to be Manchester City versus Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah. Better match.
Hey, Baba. I don't know. That's going to be a big one.
No one in the studio believes me.
Yeah, well, I do.
Even the audience.
I always do. From here, I'll take my first bet there. I'll pay my 100 rand to put Mamelodi Sundowns against Manchester City. It would have been a nice thing if we still had Pep at Man City and we still had Mogomosi in Mamelodi Sundowns, and those two would have met and would have seen who's the better Pep.
Yeah.
Pep and Pep Light.
Yeah, Pep and Pep Light. So I've even got the Pep in here.
Yeah. You're prepared for the show.
Signing big players.
So just to recap on this, you're saying, the first prediction is that
Sundowns will win against Dortmund.
How many goals?
I don't want to talk about goals because I'm thinking maybe it could be a 2-1. Like I said, Mokwena's free kick, 89th minute.
Somewhere there.
The country shuts down. There we are at midnight. We're not coming to work the next day.
Okay, it will be a public holiday.
Yeah, it'll be a public holiday same time.
Okay, and then Manchester City is gonna win it.
Yeah, Man City is gonna win it.
Yeah, who's gonna be the player of the tournament?
I've been thinking about it the whole season that it's ironic that City has won no trophies.
Yeah,
and Pep has been sitting there. I'm like, no, this guy just wants to retain his title.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that thing on your logo for 4 years.
Yeah,
it's Pep.
Ikram Reynolds, already man of the match for the first game. As they opened the account at the Club World Cup. Do you think maybe you will go on to win the Golden Boot?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because of the disallowed goals.
He's not playing in a high-scoring team like a Bayern Munich, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bayern Munich scores the goals, but one thing I know about Bayern Munich is that if you score goals before them, you frustrate them sometimes. So Bayern Munich can score 10 goals in this game and struggle to score a single goal in the next game. So for now, I'm going with I don't know who's going to be our top goal scorer. Mr. E, just accept that I said Sundowns is going to win this game.
Okay, Sundowns is going to win this game.
Yeah.
Those are the predictions of Mo. You can ask me. You always forget to ask me what my predictions are. I know I was wrong last time.
Can I say, what's your prediction?
I see a draw between Mamelodi Sundowns
and
Borussia Dortmund, which will qualify Mamelodi Sundowns into the next round.
Why are you stressing us?
I'm not stressing. I'm trying to be.
Mr. E.
It's Borussia Dortmund, bruh. It's not one of those small teams.
Imagine we have the word Mamelodi.
Yeah.
Mamelodi.
Yeah.
Traveling in European mindsets, traveling in American mindsets.
Yeah.
We have pundits. We have pundits around the world going, Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi. Who is this player?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing, Mr. E.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They must do this at least every 2 years, not 4 years.
Oh, fantastic. That's Mamelodi Sundowns for you, raising the South African flag.
African, sub-Saharan Africa.
Sub-Saharan. Do they have a flag in sub-Saharan?
We'll make one. It's Sundowns. Sundowns is our flag for sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay, there you have it. You heard it from Mo. It's a wrap for today. Mamelodi Sundowns is going to win against Borussia Dortmund. Those are the predictions of Mo. Thank you very much for watching the Diski Preview Show. Until next time.